just as an experiment. Since we're doing a demo, let's have some fun, right? Let's put that over there. And I'm going to bronze after this, so it doesn't really matter if my hands are messed up.
Mine is yours.
Yes. You can pass that around as well. I'll explain that one.
Yes.
And you know what? I think we're going to do the bronze. Let me dip it into the bronze. There's not enough of that one. And you always pour from the container into another container. You don't want to dip into your original container.
Looks on top.
Yeah, it does look, that's what it looks like. I wanted it originally to be black, but I don't think the transparent is going to go very far, so I'm going to go ahead and dip it into the bronze. Some of the black will show through. I'm not wearing gloves right now because I'm going to work with the bronze after this again.
Yeah.
There. So you can still see the black. See what it does. Make sure that it's completely saturated again. If you're afraid to get messy, this is not the product for you. But if you love trying new stuff, it is. It is so much fun to work with. And if I'm not talking loud enough, please just yell at me. All right, now what I'm going to do with this one is first get this piece off.
It's strong too.
Just get that one off. Over there. And then I'm just going to drape this kind of like a shawl, really, from one hand to the next. You just press it into the fabric, press it onto the arm. And again, back here. And then just kind of let it hang in the back. And let's just pull that over there. Just. And while it's drying, we'll actually let me turn it around so you guys can see. Just so you can have an idea of what it's doing. Really simple.
Nah, it's
Really?
not simple.
Okay, hair. Let's do the hair. The hair is nothing but, this is just cotton. Just cotton. Now you're going to do, like again I said you can use the Spanish moss, or you can use this. The Spanish moss, to me, dries a little bit faster. You can play with it a little bit more. But this is just as much fun. Actually, the hair on this lady is made from the Spanish moss, but I put on too much, so I decided she was going to be a lady with dreadlocks. So I wrapped a huge bandana around, and then I'm going to dress her in some really funky Caribbean colors. All you do, again, is just dip it and make sure it's well saturated. What was that?
Is that silk?
No, this is cotton. Everything I'm working with is cotton, pure cotton. But again, you want to make sure it gets really saturated in there.
Well, could you stop at midpoint anywhere and come back to it tomorrow?
I could, yes. Because this one right here, I started on, today's Thursday, started on Tuesday. So I'll go, when I go back tomorrow, I'll pick it up with my high school students again. Because what I do the demo, and then I have them do some work throughout class, and then the next day I'll do a little bit more.
Okay.
Because, you know, they
Can't
don't
finish it in
remember,
period.
and they don't remember every single step. There's so many different steps.
You're talking to the same kind of intelligence here.
Yeah. So I try to do it just 1 or 2 steps at a time.
Once you open one of the containers, what's the shelf life?
Oh, as long as, here's another thing, it is air dry. So once you open it, you pour out what you need and put the cover back on. It'll survive as long as you need it to. Just don't freeze it. Does not freeze very well. But keep the container closed when you're not using it, because otherwise it will be rock solid next time you go back to use it. Because it is an air dry product.
Is that water soluble?
Water soluble, yes, but you don't really want to water it down too much, especially if you're going to put it out into the garden or somewhere in your yard. You want to make sure it keeps as much of the original. Okay, now that I have it saturated, all you're going to do is take this lump of stuff. It's really what it looks like. Now you're going to play around with it and you're going to create a nice full head of hair that you want to pull apart, because it does get kind of clumped up. Then you just go to your sculpture and you start. I got a white spot. Make sure that's. You just come to the sculpture and you just start placing where the hairline would normally go. And if you want to put a face on, you can. This would be the time you just use a small amount of the Paverpol, brush it on, put the face on and brush over it. You can do that at the very beginning, which is much safer than doing it now because I have so much fabric on. But I have a nice smooth head, so it